All right, everybody. Hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I thought I would give a little update on my Hobonichi Weeks planner. I realized I haven't talked about this book in a while on my channel, and things have been going good. If you haven't seen this before, this is the leather Hobonichi Weeks, and it's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I love her a lot. But I use this as my special interests notebook. So I have all of my work and personal to-dos and tasks and things like that in my Hobonichi cousin, and that's where I do a lot of like my journaling and things like that. I thought having a designated notebook for it would help me prioritize those hobbies more, and so that's what this is. So I'll go ahead and just walk through each layout with you guys. So this is the yearly index page. One of my most favorite hobbies is reading. So I am using this as a reading tracker. Essentially, every time I finish a book, I will color in the day that I have completed reading it. And that's all I use this for. I don't want to go crazy with tracking because I won't keep up with it. And this is super easy to backfill, so it's just a cool yearly overview. It gives me a really quick glance at like which months and which seasons of the year I read more or read less and things like that. So I really like using this for a reading tracker. Next is my monthly pages. So I use these for three main hobbies, which is reading, art, and YouTube. So I will track books that I'm reading. Anytime I post on YouTube, I just post what kind of, if it was a video or a short, and then any sort of art or creative exploration I do, I will just write in what I did that day. I was doing some little art, some little pictures on this first month, but I realized I just didn't want to do that, or I didn't want to maintain it for right now, so I might put stickers in the future. But for right now, these are just really simple, and I'm really enjoying this and not having to invest a lot of time and effort into these. But I do like using my monthlies in that way. And so those are the current months. So again, yeah, February is really plain compared to January. I was kind of writing my top 3 in the beginning of the year, but I just haven't continued that. Maybe I'll pick it back up later, but for right now, this is where this has been. And this is also very easy to backfill or backlog if I'm not keeping up with it. And then we'll get into the weeklies. These I use to talk about and just kind of celebrate hobbies, special interests that I'm enjoying. So every day I will do a little journal entry on what it is I've been enjoying, kind of how my week's been going hobby-wise. And then I'll either do some sort of artistic or creative aspect that relates to those things, or I'll just do art for the sake of art in here. And so I'll kind of walk you guys through some of these weeks. But this has been going really well. Lately, I have not been keeping up with my weeks as closely as my cousin, but this is also very easy for me to backfill, and the spots are so small in the weeks that even if I'm like 3 days behind, it's really easy for me to just go in here and write about what I've been enjoying that week and stuff like that. So I really like using the weeks for this because it is a lot more digestible to backfill if I need to, and it's a lot less intimidating that way. But that's mainly the use for these guys. I do like to paint in here if I can. Lately I've been like printing and taping a lot of pictures in, but these first couple weeks of the year I was doing a lot of drawing and painting. More. This is a little painting of a cat in here. I usually try to keep the art on this right side, but I do like putting it over here sometimes. I got a new Nintendo Switch, so that had to go in here. Little Hobonichi stuff. My fiance and I finished watching Griselda on Netflix. 16 Carriages had me in a chokehold for like 2 weeks straight, so I wrote about that. Roots of Pacha is my favorite, or one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games right now. It's between that and Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game. I've been playing those like nonstop, but this week I was playing this like every day for just some like cozy vibes, and it's been very great for my mental health. I don't like how this looks at all, and my handwriting is like super messy, but another Nintendo Switch game. We have a taco truck that like we love so much, and so this week I just wrote about food, which isn't really a hobby, but definitely something to celebrate a little bit. And then Throne of Glass, I'm doing my third reread of the series, and it's been so good. This is like the best time I've ever had with these books right now, and so wrote about that. Saturn by SZA had me in a chokehold for like 3 weeks, where I was just replaying it over and over every single day. I got my mini super stickers, so I put that in there. This was last week, another sticker. Willow by Renee Rapp was on my playlist on repeat, and then a little Zelda drawing. I never thought Breath of the Wild would be a game that I would like or be good at, and if you are a Nintendo Switch player or just a gamer in general, I feel like everyone and their mom has played Breath of the Wild except for me. Like, I finally jumped on the bandwagon and I get the hype now. I totally get it, and it's been super fun. And then this is this week. So as you can see, I don't really do any of the art stuff. Like, I don't force myself to do that every day of the week. It's kind of just whenever I'm in the mood for it or whenever the feeling calls for it. So today I'm not really in the mood, or this week really, I haven't been in the mood for drawing or art as much in this book. I think it's the time change, honestly, but I printed out a picture. Since I'm rereading Throne of Glass, I found this picture of like the relationships in Sarah J. Maas's books, and I thought it was so funny. Thought I would put that in there to kind of celebrate my reread that I'm doing right now. I found this picture on Pinterest, so I don't know who it actually belongs to or who the artist is. If I can find that information, I'll put it on the screen. But this is kind of how my process works when I'm filling out my weeklies. It's just kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I'll wait till the very end of the week to fill this out. Sometimes I'm kind of doing it day by day. Okay, that's not perfect by any means, but I'm just gonna keep it like that. Is that straight? No, it's definitely not. Okay. Just do a little bit of writing. Lately I've been using the Platinum Preppy for everything. I don't know, I think this bold handwriting looks so much better and just like a lot more aesthetically pleasing compared to this like thin and scratchy writing. I've mentioned it a couple times on my channel, but I don't write to necessarily reread this. Like, I don't need my handwriting to be legible at all. In my brain, I just need it to look somewhat aesthetically pleasing, and I just do writing for the sake of writing. I can normally just reference like what I was talking about that week by the pictures. I don't really need to reread them. But yeah, lately I've been using this fountain pen for all my handwriting just because I think it looks a lot cleaner and just a little bit more like filled out, if that makes sense. Also, fun fact about me, every single daily entry that I do, both in my weeks and my cousin, I always do happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday. If you ever see my entries, I will never start an entry without saying like happy Wednesday or happy Monday. I don't know why, but it's something that just, if I don't write it down, it does not feel right. So always starting with happies. So this is gonna be happy Wednesday. Cool. So now that that's done, again, I love how small the boxes are. It's just a quick synopsis of my day and what's going on. Sometimes I'll just wait to write in here at the end of the week. Sometimes I'll write in there. I'm not really in the mood. So those are how my weeklies have been going. And then lastly, in the back, this memo page, I have not been keeping up with this at all, which is fine. I'm not really too stressed about it, but I was using this for my video planning for YouTube. So any like concepts or just idea video breakdowns would go in here. I haven't been using this as much lately because I feel like since we've reached the new year, things have tamed down a lot in the planner community. And since we're not feeling all that energy of like New Year's resolutions and goal planning and stuff like that, there's a lot more, I don't know, laid back videos kind of wanted or needed in the space right now. And so I always want those to be authentic, and I don't necessarily feel like I need to like plan those out and sketch those out. These are more so for me when I have like how-to videos or any sort of methods or processes that I want to explain in depth. That's when I will use these, and I will try to get a game plan of like how to explain things. I'm always trying to make sure that I am articulating my process in the best way that I can. And so this is what I use that space for. I haven't used this probably for like a month or so now. This is just a designated space for YouTube if I need it, and it's just easy for me to find and reference really quickly. I used to do a lot of my video planning in the very back of my cousin. Let me see if I can find some, but it's just really hard for me to like reference and find again, because this is the place where I let myself be really, really chaotic and kind of crazy. And I like to get ideas down like this. My brain is always kind of going in a million different directions, but I just wanted something a little bit more organized and easy to reference when I'm like ready to sit down and record. So that is an update of my Hobonichi Weeks. Again, very low maintenance, and just it's been a joy for sure. I feel like I'm always giving my love and attention to my cousin, but I really do love this book. So if you guys are wanting to see this a little bit more or ideas for the weeks, let me know and I will definitely do that. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video.